Okay folks, here's a quick review of the Lost Predator that was produced by NECA as part of their Predator 2 line of products. I picked this up at Toys R Us for $17.99. When I first got the figure out of the blister pack, I liked what I saw. The colorations on this figure are really eye-catching, with these various shades of greens and tans all over the figure's body. The coloring pattern on this Predator's body seems to be reminiscent of a military camouflage uniform pattern. The adornments around his waist seem to be made from a leathery type material. They look nice and have a slightly weathered appearance. The decorations on his forearms appear to be made from a very rigid plastic. As I started to look at this figure more closely, I did start noticing some problems. The first thing I noticed is that the left wrist joint feels very loose and quite fragile, almost like it's about to fall out of the wrist area. Another problem that I ran into is moving the figure's elbows due to these adornments on his forearms. I ran into a problem with the right hip joint being extremely loose, enough so that it is somewhat difficult to keep this figure in a standing position. I discovered that the scabbard for his included accessory is very tight, stiff, and rigid, and makes it difficult to place properly as a result. And speaking of accessories, the left hand is very tight, and I've been unable to get him to hold anything as a result. Another problem that I've noticed with many of the Lost Predators that I've found at various Toys R Us locations is with many of them being cross-eyed. Thankfully, I was able to find one where this wasn't the case. So what I'll do here is pause, zoom in, and give you a closer look as to what the figure looks like. Okay. Lost Predator came with one accessory, so let me pan down real quick and I'll show you what that is. The figure stands that I have him standing on were not included in the package and were purchased by me separately. Okay, as you can see, Lost Predator comes with a bladed weapon that appears to be a machete or sword. To my knowledge, this is the first time that NECA has produced this accessory with a Predator, and I do like its overall appearance. Alright, back to the figure itself. What I'll do now is a quick 360 of the Lost Predator and let you see what he looks like from all sides. So here he is from the front. From the left-hand side. Here he is from the rear. The right-hand side. Finally, here we are once again from the front. So overall, I have to say that I was a little bit disappointed with this figure. This Predator does look good. He does possess a menacing appearance. And I think that it makes for a nice looking display alongside my other Predators. But the problems that I ran into with this figure, with the joints and posability, as well as the inability to have him hold his sword or sheath it properly, they were just a little too numerous for my liking. So therefore, I'm going to have to give this figure a good but not great recommendation. But in spite of that, I still think it makes for a good addition to your Predator collection. Alright, so on that note, take care and stay tuned for my next review. Have a good one.